This is the final boarding call from American Airlines Flight 2213, our service to Charlotte. All ticket passengers need to be on board through gate 28 this time.
suffer from whiplash. This girl's not screaming, I think we're gonna crash. The driver's speaking and the car is still intact. It was only minor, oh that's the end of that. Oh that's the end of that, as I know. There are some things you don't know.
Central aircraft friendly ground is now closed. You can monitor tower now 120.3. Good day.
Make sure you tell me no flirt with you.
Passengers aboard a United Airlines flight on our way out to Chicago. We're just finishing up some paperwork up here. Appreciate everybody coming in. Make sure you just leave some space in the above compartments as they're getting full. Flight attendants will be coming down, helping you with anything you need. Do not hesitate to ask. We'll be getting all the all-call ready and the pushback here in a moment. This is your captain speaking. Welcome aboard.
Flight attendants, arm doors, and cross-check.
Bradley Tower, United 1846, ready for pushback and startup.
United 1846, Bradley Tower, push and start at your discretion. Expect runway 24.
We'll be ready upon reaching United 2172.
United 2172, wind 180 at 14, turn right heading 280, runway 24, clear for takeoff.
Alright, turn 280 on departure, clear takeoff, runway 24, United 2172.
Bradley Tower, United 1846, ready for taxi.
United 1846, runway 24, taxi via Sierra Echo Charlie, hold short, runway 33 on Echo.
That's clear to runway 24 via Sierra Echo Charlie, hold short at runway 33 at Echo, United 1846.
At 2172, can we somehow get change off for higher here?
United 2172. Resume on navigation, no further ATCs online, frequency change approved. Have a great flight.
Yeah, thanks. Have a good night.
United 1846, cross runway 33 on Charlie. Continue taxi.
Crossing runway 33, that's United 1846.
American 813, Bradley Tower.
American 813, go ahead.
Just to let you know that I'm about to sign off once this last plane takes off here.
All good, we're still setting up anyway.
Roger, okay.
Bradley Tower, this is United 1846. Advise on speed on taxiways. We can get this going.
You're all good, I see ya. United 1846, wind is 180 at 14. Turn right heading 280, runway 24, clear for takeoff.
That's clear for takeoff at a heading at 280, United Airlines 1846. Appreciate that. Passengers aboard United Airlines Flight 1846, this is your captain speaking. I do appreciate your continued patience here. We're flying here with a full ATC support. Should be a fantastic flight. About to get going here. Flight attendants, could you please get the cabin ready for takeoff?
Y'all bitch ass niggas want y'all fuck niggas didn't respond. Alright, bet. We gon' diss them niggas again. We ready for war, nigga. We been doing this shit, nigga. You heard Trump. $1 trillion. Heavy artillery, nigga. Ready to use that shit, ain't no miles on our shit, nigga. IRANDONTWANT, no motherfucking smoke. Iran don't want no smoke. Iran don't want no smoke. No, Japan don't want no smoke. Your leader just got smoked. We made that nigga a joke. Your whole country is broke. Third world little bitch. United States we rich. We always been straight. We 50 strapped up states. Y'all broke ass ain't 8. Y'all water always brown. That shit.
How you doing, folks? Nick Street Friday. Appreciate you being with us. We're just taking off out of here. Bradley International. On our way to Chicago O'Hare. Appreciate you being here. Kick back and relax. You're flying Nick Stream.
Touch 'em, USA gon' rush 'em. Fuck 'em. The USA gon' crush 'em. USA gon' flush 'em. Fuck 'em. Korea think they tough and we gon' see who tougher. We gon' have to nuke and y'all gon' die for nothing. Boom. 100,000 troopers bustin' at the public. Fuck it. Iran ain't got no money. USA be out here hustling. Fuck it. Trump gon' press that button. Y'all gon' die all of a sudden. Fuck it. Fuck it. Boom. Talk to the ladies, y'all. Yeah, man. Tell all the ladies in Iran you gon' come to the USA. Worship any religion, you know what I'm saying? You gotta wear that mask, get your nails done, you know what I'm saying? Show some ass, get money, you know what I'm saying? Real talk, stop playing. United States. Donald Trump gon' press that button like it's nothing, We gon' send them nukes and y'all gon' get destructed. Fuck it. We ain't bluffing, we gon' get the bussin' mid-discussion. Fuck Korea, fuck Iran, nigga, fuck Russia. Your country broke as fucking every nigga dusted. Iran is full of sand and every nigga's musty. America got them hoes and they be fucking.
Whoa, hello, what's up, folks? How you doing? Let me turn that down. Nick Street Friday. Look, we're getting out there. I took up maybe bit off more than I could chew. We're doing a super realistic flight right now, and we're flying with ATC. We're trying to make it all happen here. I don't know why I decided to do it like this. I've been practicing, and I guess I wanted to show off, but it's not really the time to do that, I think. But at least we're in the air. How you doing, folks? I do appreciate it. We're climbing all on our way to our cruising altitude of 39,000 feet. A lot going on, wars going on, as they say, but we're gonna have our time here. We have some in-flight entertainment. We'll be taking calls. We'll be doing our thing here. I do appreciate you being with me today on this very nice flight. Kick back and relax. Like I said, this is your captain speaking, the American Anchor Baby. Okay, we're messing around. Okay, yeah, it's kind of a war song. Donald Trump gonna press that button, so don't be messing around, sir. Let me say hello. We think we gotta switch up the clouds here. Hold on. I know, janky. We gotta make this better. I gotta get more practice down to do it like this. But we should be fine for ATC for at least a little while before we gotta check in here. This is your captain speaking. How you doing, folks? How's your Friday right now? I appreciate you being with me. So, what are we gonna get into? I mean, I give me a sec here while your captain gets situated, because otherwise, I'm really happy with the flight right now. I'm quite pleased with the flight right now, considering just how well everything is going. From a pilot standpoint, okay, just the getting out of here, flying everything great. All the computer stuff is perfect. The fuel, everything, it's just perfect. This thing is gonna fly itself, basically. This thing is gonna go all the way, and it can even land itself, but that's no fun. We're gonna turn off the autopilot, obviously. How's my mic coming in? How's everything? I got some gear coming in because of that buzz, but I think the buzz is mitigated right now as I'm speaking. What's up, Birdie Bound, Brian Thomas, Stand Up, Carver, Stephen Will, Terry Strange. How you doing, Brendan? Delighted to be here. Slobs and Slots. Kale, what's up, Florchies? Yes, Gunner. Everything is fake. Right on. I appreciate that. Thank you. We're about to get going. Never trust a controller who giggles like a pothead. These are all enthusiasts, okay? We got to thank these people for their very kind service. You know, I was practicing earlier. 5x5. Thank you, Lord Spike Protein, for that. I was actually practicing earlier, and I heard a young lady practicing for, like, you know, like it sounded like she was really practicing for some pilot stuff. Like you could see, she had mentioned that to the controller and had asked for a favor that I didn't understand, and she was asking a whole bunch of next level aviation stuff, and the controller was like approving it. But of course, these are enthusiasts, so it's nothing real. But yeah, she had asked for that, so it sounded like there were pilots playing along this video game we're playing, but maybe a future pilot that will pilot the plane that you may be in. That could have been her. And I'm not saying that's bad or good. She sounded quite intelligent, definitely knew way more than I, and I remember the ATC kid. It was like a kid who was playing ATC at this moment was flustered. With everything that was going on, he was clearly stressed. That's the funniest thing about this game. If you don't know why we took off so late, is we're doing it realistically. We're flying on the VATSIM network like we did when I first started, and we got ATC coverage. I mean, I'm technically kind of cheating right now because it's to do the show. It's the only way. Unless I had a co-pilot, it's possible, by the way. I kind of turned it off. So we'll connect back into the VATSIM network and be like, oh, I don't know what happened. And keep the flight going, right? And it's funny to hear people get stressed. You know, these are people, that's what they do on their off time. They're stressed that air. Delta 649. I told you the ramp is uncontrolled. Stop asking me for taxi instructions. This kid was mad. See, when the ramp isn't controlled, you don't have to ask for pushback clearance, meaning the permission to push your plane back and start your engines. Just do it at your discretion, and just bother him when you're ready to taxi all the way to your runway, as you may have heard me talking to the air traffic controller there earlier. What's up, Jack, Wade, Cryonite, and Chris? You know, Chris kicking it off here. We do have to thank the magnanimous few, it really is the upper echelon of folks, the elite that we so need right now. Not the elite we have, but the elite we need. That's right, we're talking about the ballers. We have to thank the ballers. You are feasting your eyes on a clean Ballers Lounge. Let me just pull up the list here, because you know what we got to do, folks. And we know Chris is already a baller for today. We know this. Chris, one first class ticket, please, sir. Your first class seat is all yours. Make sure you sit in it. Chris, we got Kohlberger Art, man. Thank you so much. Hola. Please sit in your seat. Delighted to be here. Says, hope there's no turbulence. You know what? We'll do a little weather request here. We have the snazzy technology to do it today. We'll do a little weather request, and we'll see what we're looking at, what kind of winds we're looking at. Black, says Carver with a first-class super chat. I appreciate that, sir. Please sit in your first-class seat. Yes, Gunner says, take this flight to heaven. I sure hope you mean Chicago. It's going to take a lot more. It's going to take a lot more first-class tickets to take us to heaven. You know what I'm saying? You know? Yes, Gunner. Either we're going to Chicago or we're going to heaven, okay? And there's two ways we could do this, and it's gonna take a little. I'm not trying to be like. It's just going to heaven is a major deal, especially when you're in a plane. It's gonna take a little bit more first class tickets, I think. Because so for now we're going to Chicago, just so you know. Thank you, yes, Gunner. Sandwich and coffee for my flight, please, flight attendants. Lovely flight attendants. If you're coming down, they'll be coming down with service. They will come to you. Kale, Somogi, sit in your first class seat. Sandwich and coffee coming your way. Bottomless drinkies and snackies. Okay, it's Friday. We're having our fun. You want their snackies, okay? Okay. I think that's everybody. Hold on. We got to check the coffees. buymeacoffee.com/anchor, baby. And that'll do her. That'll do her. Lamps. Okay, we have the hold on. The issue of the golden ticket. But we'll deal with that in a second. Just making sure we're flying correct. Flying beautifully, I think. Seatbelts on, I think. Okay, boom, bada bing. Our altimeter is off. No biggie. And let's check all this. We're just looking at computers. I'm sorry, we're flipping the screens around. There it is. Yeah, we definitely want to be a little faster. We're just going to set the computer. Set it and forget it, you know? You love it. You got to love it when these things fly themselves. I mean, they're supposed to. Hold on. We're losing speed. This is major. Okay, we're at climb. Engines are on. We're troubleshooting. We're still losing speed. Flaps are up. This is the thing about realism. Hold on. Are we flying? Oh, darn. Something's wrong. Folks, let me troubleshoot this. That's not a good sound. Okay, takeoff configuration. Folks, look, this is actually really important. These are the split-second decisions that you got to deal with. We're flying off of our vector here. Autopilot's not coming on. This is bad. Where are we in the sky? See, this is a cheat. Pilots don't get to fly outside of their cockpit like this and look outside. Focus. Okay, I think I know what's going on. I think we just left our glide slope here. Not our glide slope, but our localized. Whatever you call it. We're just so off of the path that it's not just going to pick it up. So we're going to get on that little path there. Turn on our flight constraints, our flight plan. Look, I'm sorry. This is just how it's got to be. I have to focus. Okay, as long as we keep it there in the green cross, I think we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay, folks. Whew. So where were we? Iran, Israel. But before we get to that, Trump. Do you think this is real? What do you think? Is this real? Okay, yeah, there we go. Let's now intercept. We're going to fly the plane as we do the show. That's how we're going to do it. You got it, Nick. Thank you. I'm your pilot. You know, I have to have it or else, bad things happen. Can we turn it on now? Autopilot came on. Yes. I'm actually excited because I just guessed that would work. We're going to live. We're going to actually live. Okay. Sorry. Realism. We're doing this all the way, folks. I wish it was real. Okay, they replaced his strong hand of man with a gun. That's funny. This may be AI generated. I don't think this is real. No, this is not real. He did not take out a gun, especially not a revolver. Look, I'm not saying he didn't have a revolver. I'm not saying Trump wouldn't carry a revolver. That'd be nice. That'd be pretty based. We're going to turn on our airphone here, too, in a second. You can't. I see calls coming in 760-515-3855. You want to call? He's in the courts, right? They're getting mad on Twitter because people hear this person Sean on Twitter saying, with the LGBT flag, says Trump could actually do this and not lose a single Republican vote. Don't say it. Don't say it in the chat. We got feds in the chat. If you know anything, Bond is... No, that's a joke. I'm just messing around. That's conspiracy. But for the feds in the chat that we all know that are there, don't say if you would actually still vote for Trump if this were real. But we all know I would. I'm just playing around. He probably had a good reason if he did it. I'm just saying. What's up, Wade? New name I've never seen. Irish Repub. Welcome, sir. Jade O'Court. Dabble. Jack. Thomas Mena. How you doing, the real Mr. Mad? Appreciate it, sir. Brennan. But, yes. I think we're still okay, right? Beautiful. Climbing. Autopilot's on. We're just laughing. We're just laughing. Just can't go wrong right now. And we'll check with ATC in a moment here before we... You know what? I think we should do that now. So I got to practice. I'm getting nervous. Who am I contacting? I'm getting nervous. Hold on. I'm contacting... is it Atlanta Center?
Syracuse Tower, November, that's Foxtrot with information Delta requesting passport.
Hold up. Let's turn this off. I got to contact Atlanta Center, and I'll have to say United 1846 with you at 31,000 feet, crossing what waypoint? I'm sorry, folks. Maybe this is clunky. I shouldn't have done it so realistic and do a show. This has maybe been a bad idea. We can just turn off the ATC. I don't have to do this. I'm gonna do it. Let's just tune in. Approach Unicom. Okay, here it is. New York Center, United Airlines for 1846 with you at 32,000 feet.
New York Center, good evening, Endeavor 5365, flight level 370. Endeavor 365, New York Center, good evening, ident.
Okay, I think we're good.
Ident 5365.
Oh no, I may have interrupted somebody.
Who is that, United calling? Endeavor 5365.
We're just gonna say nothing.
No, I got you. There was a United calling.
Oh dang, they're talking about me. United 1846 with you at 32,000 feet. I don't know what I'm doing actually. I'm panicking.
1846. Where are you?
I'm panicking. They don't know where I am, and I don't know where I am. United 1846. Hold on here. I'm having trouble with my instruments.
No worries. You can call me back.
I'm having no trouble with my instruments. There's nothing wrong with my instruments.
Miles east of Keating BOR. Cross mark at and maintain flight level 180. Cross mark at and maintain flight level 180.
We're just gonna mute this. Not mute it. We're just gonna turn it down and just.
1761, 17,000.
We're just gonna hope they don't call me. That's what we're gonna do. I think that's what we're gonna do.
Simply 1761, proceed direct white, climb, maintain flight level 230.
Yeah.
Direct white, flight level 320, JetBlue.
Okay, so anyways, back to the show. Appreciate that. What's up, folks and ballers alike? You know, there's people setting themselves on fire, war stuff. I want to get into it here. That was embarrassing. Affirmative action. I'm sorry. That boy cooked up a smooth fib quick. I'm having no trouble with my instruments, but I'm glad they took it. And we're just gonna hope they don't send the jets. They don't scramble the jets my way. We're just gonna contact our approach when we get closer to the airport. I remember what to do there a little bit better. Don't lower the standards. Okay, this is lowering the standards. This is affirmative action piloting, just so you know. But they were the air traffic was being kind of nice, so we're gonna keep it going. I knew I should have taken the bus. Okay. No, this is not real world JADO. This is all enthusiasts. That would be a mess if you could just jump on real ATC. Okay, I think we're happy though. We're flying. How did I want to start this off? I showed you Trump. So much going on. Self-immolation. You know about this. You heard about this, right? Let's turn this down. Turn the chemtrails up. Turn this audio down. Beautiful. And welcome Brennan to the first class seating. Ladies, please. Do we have any ladies working, by the way? I haven't asked in a long time. Either way. Ballers. Brennan is joining the ranks, is what I'm trying to say here. I appreciate that. First class ticket. Brennan, please sit in your seat. In the Hall of Ballers. So where were we? Man sets himself on fire outside Trump's hush money. Would you still vote for Trump if he held a gun in court? Would you set yourself on fire for him? People feel strongly about certain things. But would you set yourself on fire? You know about this a little bit, I think. You may have heard of this. I'm trying to pull it up. Man on fire. Conspiracy theorists from Florida, would you set yourself on fire for Trump? That's not what this is. At this point, we now have the details, at least some of the details, and getting some interference noise. Yeah, hold on. This is probably the best I could do. But now we have some details that it's not exactly a Trump supporter. You know, in fact, there's stuff going around. So we're going to get into some details here. The self-described investigative researcher Max Azzarello, he's 37, set himself on fire from Florida, shuffled into the public park across the street. Just as the jury was finalizing the historic case, once inside the park, took off his jacket, lit himself on fire. And, you know, they put him out. Disturbing footage from the scene showed Azzarello completely engulfed. Just seconds before lighting himself, Azzarello had reached into a book bag and retrieved a stack of colorful pamphlets that he tossed into the air, including some that linked to a Substack page with the heading, "I have set myself on fire outside the Trump trial." Pretty major in the sense that people are crazy. I know people are saying it's like, well, people don't feel strongly about anything else. And that's in a sense true. Anything the Republicans and Democrats and anything that's coming out of culture, nobody wants to set themselves on fire over it. But hold on, we're going to get into it. People are crazy. In a rambling, incoherent 2,648-word manifesto posted online, Azzarello, who identified himself as an investigative researcher, said he had self-immolated as an extreme act of protest over a totalitarian con and impending apocalyptic fascist world coup. Look at this. This is him. He had took one of these with himself. It was a stunt to get Substack subs. Damn. Proportion. A lot of talk about proportion in these wars, Sir Azzarello. Did you think about this? Trump is with Biden, and they're about to fascist coup us. I guess, you know, you got to be pithy. So you shirk some rules of English. And, hey, it's not like I know rules of English. I'm an anchor baby. But, hey, you got to keep it pithy when you're putting it on a sign. That should be a shirt. You got to keep it pithy when you're putting it on a sign. Trump is with Biden, and they're about to fascist coup us. So he does not like either side here. He's, he's awake. He's awake, as they say, but really, is he truly awake? Information versus truth. Interesting episode. I think Joel and James got into that topic. Interesting stuff on the Bond Network. But that's what's going on. People setting themselves on fire. Over mess. Over what? But it's for real things, they say. It's over genocides, they say. And I guess you can always bring up the question of, what did he achieve? Oh, this is silly. He didn't really. And what changes? And I think that's true, right? What really changes over there for the people he's supposedly caring about? But okay. He also says, he's saying it's about America, right? It's not about just that war. He's saying that they're going to fascist coup us, the Americans. So even if it's about that, this is what he says. What did he do? What did he do? Well, I think the cynics would say, well, he at least got people thinking, talking. He's starting a revolution, Nick. The apparition in my mind says. I know I'm insane, but all people who listen to the thoughts are insane, so. But listen to this. We'll start a revolution. Check it out. This is this guy. You could say, well, Nick, he was successful. He added to some spirit, some political zeitgeist, some idea out there to achieve this.
Start a fucking revolution.
The sun is down. If you haven't watched my show at night, okay, I'm not going to go around bleeping everything.
Start a fucking revolution. Start a fucking revolution. You've got no.
So, I don't need to signal boost this whole song. But yeah, you could say, well, he achieved something there. He's waking people up. People are talking about it. The tide is turning, they say. I got to say real quick about 𝒔𝒐𝒄𝒊𝒂𝒍𒔔, who last I heard is actually alive. He remains in critical condition here from this New York Post article. And don't you know that things might not play out the way you think? Usually, you got to be careful with these things. When you're playing God like this, life has a way of almost laughing in your face. I'm thinking just off the top of my head. Ted Kaczynski. This is my take on him. I've said it before. But he's like, technology is going to be this way. It's going to oppress. It's going to be this certain way. And I've showed, I think, on my show, I've shown how it's actually the opposite. Maybe what's an example comes to mind? X.com. Think about that. We're about to talk about the tide turning in politics, Iran, Israel, and all this in a moment here. Think about X and what they're trying to stop. When you assume things like that and play God and get angry, you might end a life that didn't need ending. So we'll get into this. He remains in critical condition, however. You know, actually, I have some experience, not experience, but I knew someone with some really deep burns. And although this person survived burns as well, this person I knew. And we're about to get to this caller here. As much as you may survive an initial burning, but what happens is you don't survive the infections that come afterwards. Pretty nasty stuff. Remains to be seen if Adam here will survive. But we'll get into a number of things that I just spoke about. But I got a caller. Who's calling me here? Your name and where are you calling from?
Call from
Jake Hudson.
Oh, we got Jake Hudson. Call me back, Jake. I lost you there somehow. We got Jake Hudson who gave me that AI song the other day. But you know, since I'm opening with this stuff, let me just plow through this real quick. Jake Hudson, call me in a second here. I got the calls muted because it's a little too much. It's a little too heady, and to kind of do this slowly. Let's finish this so we cannot be so serious. And also, you know, it's war and it's a number of things connected. So let's do this how I have it laid out here in my flight plan. Iran versus Israel. You know the big news. Israel strikes Iran. And it's the question here. Wow, is what's going to happen? Is this going to turn into a bigger war? That's the whole thing, right? And keep in mind the whole idea of turning tides here, like I'm talking about. That's the big news, right? Will they continue to strike back tit for tat and continue escalation? As for now, it seems like people want an off-ramp. It looks like Iran, with their response, right? They said it was over the embassy bombings that Israel committed, took, I don't know, whatever the word is. And then Iran hit them. It was 96% ineffective. People say that was how it was meant to be, largely just to, you know, you have to respond in these things, but at the same time, they don't really want a big old war. It seems like maybe Israel might, and I guess that may be speculation from smart people I heard talk. You know, and that's has to do with some heady stuff. I'm not trying to get into everything. You know, the plan. What's that called? The new plan for the region. Bibi Netanyahu, new security apparatus for it'll never be the same. But anyways, Israel, according to reports did not significantly respond. Okay. And on this, here's just to go past all the news. Okay, that's the reports. They didn't significantly respond. It could also be a sign that Israel doesn't really want a big fight either. It depends. Some are saying this is that this is not where Israel stops, but that could be speculation too, right? Israel is not going to stop here. They're going to keep going at Iran. So anyways, thanks for the patience here. According to all this, it seems like the Arab world doesn't really care. Here's my take, basically what I'm trying to say. I know the major thing is America getting involved in this war. And I can't think of a reason why we should. I don't know why that's our fight. And in fact, it seems like a lot of the Arab world doesn't think it's their fight either. And you can call in and inform me if I'm being totally ignorant, but this is my bird's eye view of it. Think about it like this. They had these accords. They called them the Abraham Accords and the other stuff, the stuff that Trump started, that Biden continued. It was significant movement where the Arab world, we're ignoring Iran right now, because if you don't know, Iran is this stronghold of let's call it anti-Israel, anti-West, Muslim, caliphate stuff, okay? But it's a big change in history where you got Saudi Arabia and other parts of the Arab world basically saying, all right, West, we'll accept Israel, we'll play ball, and the issue about Palestine, we won't even talk about it, we'll leave it for later. In fact, so you understand so far, that's the history, the accords. What does that say to me, a layman? This is my kind of bird's eye view take on it. That even a lot of the Arab world doesn't really want this fight. They don't want to fight. And maybe Iran does. Maybe there's that stronghold of the caliphate of Muslims, and I don't know what to tell you. But what's the conclusion out of all that? Why is that our fight? Why is that our fight? So it comes back to this turning tide stuff. And they're immolating. They're setting themselves on fire. Nick, don't you get it? We don't want to fight with Iran. And this guy setting himself on fire is waking people up. Don't you see? Don't you see? Bye-bye, Israel. Bye-bye. You seen 𝒐𝒄𝒊𝒂𝒍𝒔? Do you know who 𝒐𝒄𝒊𝒂𝒍𝒔 is? He's really popular with like young people. You've seen this guy? He's just like yelling on TikTok and all that. But him and Kai Cenat are gigantic in the streaming world. You know, they got a lot of young viewers, millions. And this not that it's not a deep clip, but it adds to what I'm saying here. Follow me. You remember this? I don't know if you saw this.
Israel? Where's Israel at?
And this is like, you gotta understand what I'm seeing here. Young viewers, liberal slant. If you don't know anything about Speed, he's like, man, Israel is mean to the Palestinians, so he's feeling all liberal up for the Palestinians.
I think Israel's like,
it's a problem, you see, for those who don't want to see this happen.
Don't tell me.
But check it out. This is what I'm getting at. You'll hear me in a second.
I swear on my life I know where it's at.
I didn't think it was this long.
Hey, Israel!
You just wouldn't think that an influencer for such a young audience is out there talking like this. You might even call this, wow, this is, okay, liberal or whatever. But hey, we might avoid a World War III, Nick. This is good. People are waking up.
Bye-bye!
You gotta admit he's funny though. For like immature, but he cracks me up sometimes. It's like laughing at fart jokes. If like, yeah, it's stupid to laugh at fart jokes, but if you don't laugh at a fart, then you're stupid.
What country next?
Bye-bye, Israel. But here's my thing about it. I don't even have a thing about it, okay? I'm just on one because that's the news, and I have a show right now, and I'm just talking about stuff, and I like to talk about the unsaid thing. I like to talk about the unsaid thing. I don't want a big old war. I don't think fighting Iran is our fight, and that might be ruinous for America, especially at this point. But I'm seeing in this turning of the tide that people are calling good. Why are you calling things good that are just not good? The turning of tide I'm seeing is anger. Hake put it so succinctly today. What I was saying, what took me like a week of shows to say. That, yeah, it's interesting that there's tide is turning. It's undeniable. But wait, hold on. Do you see that the motivation here is anger? Don't you know that anger makes you retarded? I'm seeing these white people, or I don't know what they are, but they are right wing, and we care about America and the stock of America and immigration. It's the end of America, the death of the West. And I'm seeing these people team up with retarded liberals that are like pro-Palestine with LGBT flags and stupid scarves and shaved heads and women talking at a podium. What are you doing? What are you doing talking to a crowd with your shaved head? And they're teaming up with them and calling their gripes legitimate. They're going around saying BLM's gripe was legitimate at one point, but then the Jews got involved. You're literally retarded. You know that, and that is actually a word that is pretty nasty. YouTube. Look, I'm trying to describe YouTube. Forgive me. I disavow, or whatever. But look, they say anger. Jesse has said this. Jesse Lee Peterson, he's so right. That anger makes you stupid. It really does. And I'm seeing some of these right-wing people teaming up with this brown anti-colonialist left, and and suddenly I'm seeing these guys. I'm not even calling anybody out, but I'm seeing these guys not even understand like per capita arguments. I saw this thread on Twitter, and it was this like right-wing guy, and he was not understanding per capita argument. I'm like, what happened to you, man? Did your IQ drop? I think your IQ literally dropped, and it's like, wait, hold on. You're angry. Incredible. I think that's what's making people stupid. So that's kind of what I'm on one. I don't know. I'm just talking about that. Because, you know, they're bombing stuff around. They're saying war's starting. And the war is, I can't help but see them at home, and I can't help but call them out. That's kind of what I'm into. It's my wheelhouse sort of, I guess. I don't know. What do y'all think? 760-515-3855. You can call in. Jake Husden. Okay, we're at our cruising altitude. We're chilling out. That's the heavy topics, if you will, for today. I mean, that's not to say we won't get into heavy stuff. I think plenty more death and destruction where that came from, I guess. But yeah, that's what I'm on right now. What are y'all thinking? Per capita is hate speech. Yeah, per capita is not hard to understand. People complicate things. Yeah, it's hard to see the truth. It's hard to see clearly when you're angry, I think. And I'm just kind of seeing that on display more and more, especially with all this war stuff breaking out. But hey, you know what? Can we thank Piers Morgan for a second here? Based Piers Morgan. I got this from Owen Benjamin. Based Piers Morgan. Let's watch.
Saying, let's worry about Ukraine.
I don't even know who this guy on the right is, but his name is Patrick Bet David on Piers Morgan Uncensored. That beta male.
Your number one move should be protect your border, not Ukraine.
True.
If you're saying let's worry about Ukraine, maybe it's number 9 on the list. It ain't number 1 above the border. That is the most ludicrous argument I would ever make.
Well, let me ask you this.
We have to take care of America
let me ask you this.
Then we take care of everybody else.
Why should America be supporting Israel then? That's thousands of miles away.
How much money are we giving to Israel?
Billions.
How much money are we giving Israel? I'm curious. Go ahead. I'm curious. Go ahead.
Oh,
are we sending troops over there? Are we sending missiles over there?
I don't know. I don't even know this guy, but I'm just like a reactor, right? I'm just a reactor type person, and my inside indicators just went off. You got your goat.
But how much money are we giving to Israel? I know the dome we've given it since 1945.
Oh, this is PBD. I'm so dumb. I didn't know that was his name. I've seen his podcast. It's just, I guess in this angle, I didn't realize who he was. What's up, CSAL? Yeah, the PBD podcast. I played a lot of the clips before. Well, not a lot, but I'm following now. I'm following a little bit. I still don't know exactly who he is or what he's about.
I think $10 billion we've given to them. $3 billion is towards the dome.
Yeah.
How much money are we giving them?
Billions of dollars.
Not comparable to what we've given to Ukraine in 12 months. 24 months? No way.
Isn't the
Not even
principle,
close.
isn't the principle the same? You're doing it to help them defend themselves.
No, it's not.
I never knew his name.
With Israel is slightly different because it's both strategic, because there's only one country in Israel that has historically always been pro-American.
See, I don't even know what he's talking about at this point.
In the Middle East, and that's Israel.
We're giving Ukraine way more. I believe that, Alex Watts. I think that's a fair thing. I'm just the type of guy who I like this. What Owen Benjamin is saying. He's saying, based Piers Morgan. I know Israelis that think we give them too much money. I know Jews that have no interest in Israel. It's not a controversial belief. It's a logical, obvious point. Okay, not a huge deal. These guys get this look in their eyes, as if someone filmed them pissing on something weird. Not being able to say, this is what I like. This is what I want to point out. Not being able to say the obvious fact is what is creating this. Jews are responsible for all the evil in the world reaction. Bottling up the truth has weird consequences. Yeah. I just thought it was, I like pointing out the little thing, right? The less obvious thing, because I don't know the facts. Look, there may be a fair case for giving Israel money. I don't know. I'm not going to be so quick to discount that. Some people are very quick to discount that. I'm not saying they're this like great ally. People show me things and I don't know if they have a good friendly record. But that being said, there may be a reason. So I'm leaving that open. Look, there's people who are teaming up with the wrong stuff. And like Hake said earlier, you don't realize that what's going to replace, you're teaming up with this anti-colonialist POC left, and what's going to replace your so-called, what you call, and I don't know, Jewish society, is going to be way worse. And the turning of the tide is anger. So it's only going to be worse. It's not going to work out. But not being able to say obvious, like fair things is crazy. Free speech, you know what I'm saying? Bottling up the truth has weird consequences. Owen Benjamin said that. Birdie Bound Brian. But that's the war stuff. You know, I don't know what to tell you. Everybody chill. Even Israel, like, you guys need to defend yourself. You guys got Hamas on your doorstep. October 7th happened. You guys got to do stuff. Wait for Trump to get in. Because, like, I think Trump really wants the right thing for people. And also wants peace, too. That's the major thing. And you see all... anyways, I'm just saying, like, that's a threat from Owen? What did I miss? I'm not trying to... What do you mean that's a threat? I don't know what that means, folks. I don't know... What do you mean that's a threat from Owen? So anyways, rambling a bit about the war stuff. People playing God. What else about this? They're in the thick of it, homie. They can't wait for Trump. Yeah. I'm just talking ish at this point. Let's be real. I'm just saying, like, think about it. Look how the world is kind of turning on them. And if it's true that they need to do what they got to do, the world that's teaming up with this anti-colonialist is gonna make that hard for them. But that's not my fight, and I'm glad I don't have to make that decision. I wouldn't wish it on people. Stating a bad outcome wasn't needed to say. That might be true. Okay, war stuff. The heck does the anchor baby know? Can we get into some aviation nerd stuff before we get into And you can call in, by the way. I have the calls unmuted, 760-515-3855. I want to get into some aviation nerd stuff. Before we get into some other things that may be in my wheelhouse. Maybe. We'll find out. St. Bart's Airport. One of the most difficult airports to fly into. I came across amazing 4K footage of just planes, baby. No talking. No BS. Just planes. And so I was actually practicing landing the Cessna Citation at this airport. The Gustav III airport in St. Barthélemy. Where is this exactly? It's a really difficult airport to run to land at, and you definitely can't land with anything bigger than a Twin Otter. The Cessna Citation, which was the first jet, which was the passenger, the business jet that we started flying when we first started in Extreme. That's way too big for. That's already still too big for this. I was trying though in the simulator. St. Bart's Airport. And what's crazy about it is, and this footage is amazing. What's crazy about it is the approach is on such a fix. Let's even pull up the charts. I think we can even pull up the charts. So here we got this is actually the Bradley International taxiway information and all that. But if we do a quick search for this airport, ICAO code Tango Foxtrot Juliet. And this is an airport. Where is this exactly? It's what the heck is this place? It's in the Caribbean island of St. Barthélemy.
Saint
Barthélemy. And as you can see, this is the runway here. Very short. It's about just over 2,000 feet, I think. And what's crazy about this approach on runway 15 is this insane drop. This insane drop. It's a visual approach, so you have to do it. You have to do it visually. No instrument landing. No snazzy tech. And you do this crazy drop. Runway 10 here. When coming from northwest or west, grouper at 1,500 feet, then final over Sugarloaf, and then you drop like 800 feet in a couple of seconds. The reason for that, I hope you enjoy some of this. We're nerding out on the aviation stuff. I don't blame you for tuning away. And the reason for this is the terrain. As you can see, it's this hill. There's this hill right before the runway. And right above the hill is like a highway. Look, you see this? And you see these planes. Look how close they pass over the cars here. So that makes this spot a aviation nerd hot spot where you can, where people go to do some plane spotting, to watch these low approaches, these very, very low approaches. It's kind of amazing to watch a little bit. Personally speaking, we'll pick out some of the best ones here. I geek out on this stuff. Nice. Okay, cool. So we'll geek out just a little bit. I'll show you some of my favorite approaches. Doesn't seem smart. Hey, Kevin Howe, that's what I thought too. I think a lot of things. There's a couple of airports around the world that are crazy, but it was like the only place to put the airport. It was like the only flat piece of land, and that's how they did it. That's what I hear. But this is it right here, St. Barthélemy, one of the world's most challenging airports. We're dweebing out, okay? Look at this. That's the Twin Otter. Look at this beaut of a plane. This is a $4.5 million plane made by the engineers, amazing white engineers in Canada, the de Havilland Canada 6 Twin Otter. It's like a $4.5 million plane. I was looking at that. You could get it with the snazzy, water landing stuff. But hey, let's watch the approach. God dang it. Look at that. Nice. Oh, Speaking of autism, are we okay here? We're autopilot's okay. I'm not getting any pings from ATC. If I don't respond and they want to send the jets, they have a way of pinging me, and everything's going well. So appreciate the patience here. Check it out. A couple of these guys do some pretty scary landings here. Hopefully we can see one of them. Oh, you're not even seeing. Check it out. Karen Williams joining the Ballers Lounge. I thank you so much, Karen. It's a pleasure to have you. Please, Ballers, make some room for Karen. Ballin', what up, what up? What all y'all doing? I have grapefruits for everyone, even my block list. Grapefruits for the whole cabin. Flight attendants, please. Terry, are you a flight attendant? You know, we got some ladies in the chat. Lovely lady flight attendants. I don't know if we've been trained, Terry, but if we could have that. If we could have those grapefruits go around, appreciate it. There's 3 particular landings. One go around, and the lowest one I think in this video. The Barth commuter. This is all you gotta understand, these are all probably like vacation people, and airliners can't fly to these runways, obviously. But this is either vacations or it's packages and stuff like that. Yes, Gunner, thank you, sir. First class is yours. I appreciate that. Please sit in the Ballers Lounge. Says the planes have to be slammed to brake properly. And you definitely got to have enough runway clearance here. You don't want to fly off the end. So they're taking off here. This nice little takeoff here. We'll watch it, actually. Dang, Alex Watts, thank you for your first class super chat. Please sit in the first class seat, sir. Baller. Very nice. Okay. One of the approaches here. This is the twin otter. This is not this one. I think that's the CJ4. This twin otter here is, I was reading, is like the pro on the runway on this day, and is just beautiful on every approach here. But there's one, I think, one spicy one. Oh no, it's the CJ4 that does a spicy one, and I think it's this one right here. We got a big baller alert. We're about to get to you. Look how close that is. They're coming in fast. I'm going to show you the cockpit view on one of these in a moment. But they're coming in fast. And obviously you understand now, right? It's that drop. It's that hilly drop, and they got to come in, go idle, and then flare in the last moment there to have a nice landing. Here's the touchy one. That's a Nick Stream landing. Look at that. So what happened here, from my layman's eyes, is, you know, they just came in too hot. They clearly came in too hot. They you even hear the bounce. They bounce off the runway. Once you, at that point, you got to abort the landing and go do a go around. It's just not safe. You're at that point already losing a lot of runway. You're gonna fly off the end. Look at that bounce. Dang. When you're flying Nick Stream Airlines, we don't go around for bounces. I don't go around for bounces. Why so spicy? All right, this is the craziest one coming up. This DHL plane comes in, I think, at the level of the cars. It's so crazy. It's a yellow plane. You won't miss it. It's right here. It's coming after this one. Right here, this I think this twin craft or Beechcraft DHL. Look at that. About to clip a car with a wheel. Look at it. The caption even says, of course, that was insanely close. We gotta watch that one again. Look at the workers. You just got workers there. All day these planes are flying over their heads. They're just like, yep, that's where the planes fly. What do you mean? That's just my daily duties. Look at this. A hair. Or a wheel, at least. DHL. That's where you want to get your packages from. DHL. Pushing the limits here. But that's pretty much the coolest approaches here from this video. You could definitely check it out. Cal's Aviation posted this 3 months ago. It's titled "A Day at One of the World's Most Challenging Airports." St. Bart's landing, you know, I'll show you real quick. Where was it? The view from the cockpit, real quick. Just what that's like. And then we'll move on.
Go to Wix.com and set up your store on a
I don't know what he's flying here. Don't know what kind of plane this is. Thanks for the vote of confidence, sort of, alias Snape. Look at that. There it is. St. Bart's. F that. F that. Never going to those little Caribbean islands. I don't blame you, man. But hey, they're pros at this. I'm trying to get a view of their airspeed here. It looks like they're going, I can't quite see it. I don't see it anywhere on their instruments. So here's this drop once they get to Sugar Cube or whatever the name of the waypoint is. Steep drop. Idle. He's gonna go idle on the throttle here. Yeah, that's a nice view. There was another one that was really good. But yeah, that's it. That's the nerd out. Appreciate it. Thanks for the patience. I want to show you plane stuff. Ich liebe kleine Flieger. Ich liebe kleine Flieger. I like little planes in German. Where else? What else was it? St. Bart's runway overrun.
Official police business.
What is this?
Murder. Every guest star.
No way. That's a Beechcraft. I think that's a Textron Beechcraft. That's actually a Textron Beechcraft, I think. That has to be the Beechcraft. Yeah.
I hope.
Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. Coming in hot. Whoa, you're running out of runway. You're running out of runway, man. Just abort. Go around. Go around. Go around. Dang. Oh, no.
Whoa.
Oh, dang.
Crap.
That sucks.
That kind of blows.
What a nerd. Right? The guy on the runway, right, David? Firefighters. Anyways, I've never seen that. Amazing. St. Bart's. Are we okay? Are we okay? Yes. We are okay. And I'm a little worried because where are we on the flight plan? Yeah, we're fine. Okay. I think we're okay. I have to, please, we must take a moment here to welcome a very generous baller. Out of control. Baller out of control. And I do thank you, Lord Spike Protein. Thank you so much for that. Seriously. Very generous. Lord Spike Protein, man. Sit in your first class seat. Flight attendants, please. If you could be so kind to attend to Lord Spike Protein. Thank you. I appreciate that, sir. Baller's Lounge. Okay. Here's what we were going to do next. What are we going to do next? I hate women. Is what this guy's saying. r/True Christian. This was posted on r/True Christian. I think I hate women even though I don't want to. We're going to get into it, folks. Santino, thank you so much. You says you ever think about flying an F-22 Raptor, Nick? I don't know. I think they have those in this simulator. I don't know if they do, but that'd be fun. Air Force.
Call from.
Right now, we got a caller. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, Nick? It's Jake.
Hey, Jake, how you doing, sir? Appreciate your call.
Hey, you got permission to play that song.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I played it the other day.
I actually had to I had to copy and paste onto Joel that he's allowed to play my music, play a song. Here's the thing. Number one, I don't even know how to copyright someone. I'm not a partnered streamer not partnered on YouTube, so I cannot use the copyright thing the right way.
Mm-hmm.
You guys that's your guys' stuff. I'm just the one that wrote it.
Thank you, man. You're talking about the songs that you sent us.
Yeah, the one I did for I did one for Jesse, one for Hake, one for Joel, and actually yours. And I also did one for Chris Hansen.
You made one for Chris Hansen? How do I find that one? I want to hear that one.
It's on SoundCloud.
For real?
If you go to
how do I find that?
It's on SoundCloud. If you opened your DMs, I would send you the SoundCloud.
DMs on what? Twitter?
Twitter. Yeah.
What do I have to do that? My DMs are open, I think. Message me the song. I want to hear it.
Right,
the Chris Hansen song.
All right. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm a little scared that you're gonna laugh about it. Actually, it's the second song I did that night. The first one was yours.
But if I laugh, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
No. People are gonna laugh at me because the song that I've made for you. They said you're from Texas, but you said
but that's the AI. That's the AI. That's okay.
By the way, but in one of the Jesse songs that I wrote that I played for James Hake, It's called Jesse. It said Jesse is basically one of the song. The AI called Jesse a liar.
I know. I heard it. Did Hake play that song?
No, I actually played it for Hake on my show.
I remember that now. I remember. Yeah, you were apologizing because the AI basically was calling Jesse.
Hey, sorry to interrupt, but you got to I got to get premium to message you.
Oh.
Either that or.
I don't know how to change that. How do I find it? SoundCloud what?
Hold on. Let me tweet this to you. Is it still Gongonzola?
Correct.
By the way, good name for cheese.
Yes, sir.
I'm tweeting it to you right now. Listen.
Thank you, sir. We're about to get our hands on this Chris Hansen AI generated song. Is that correct? Is that what we're about to hear?
Yeah.
Amazing.
It is.
See, my viewers heard the song that you generated the other day about American Anchor Baby. They loved it.
Yeah, I hope everybody.
I thought it was great.
That all right, here's it's in your Twitter right now.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I hope you like the song, and I hope a lot of people that, it's just to teach people when I make songs, it's just for respect. I can't afford to drop like a Ninja or a Ninja Genie or a sub to you guys.
Don't worry about it, man.
Music.
It's no problem. Did you tweet to the correct one? GORGONZHOLA?
Is it a picture of you
with a green?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one.
I can't wait to get my hands on this. How do I find this? You tweeted it at me.
Tweeted. Wait a minute.
I don't know how to Twitter. Clearly.
Are you live on D-Live?
I am.
Do you have a way to get to your D-Live chat?
I do.
The reason I'm asking is because I can actually hold on.
Let's go.
One, give me about a couple minutes so I can do something.
Chris Hansen.
Do you know who Chris Hansen is?
Of course. To Catch a Predator.
He also did.
He's the patron saint. He's the patron saint of Predators. No.
He's also the thing called Takedown with Chris Hansen on True Blue.
Oh.
All right.
We need that. We need that shiny tune, big shiny tune.
I'm hosting the reason I'm hosting you so I could get your channel because sometimes they don't show. All right.
I seen that. Big shiny tune time.
All right. Look.
Heck yeah! Thank you, sir. I needed that. I needed that. So we were gonna make it happen. We'll play that in a moment.
By the way,
we'll play that in a moment.
Hake hosted you, and Jesse hosted you, and of course.
Shout out Hake. Shout out Jesse. Right on,
Where's
Jake.
that? By the way, Joel, we got to get Joel over here.
Big time.
Because here's the thing, he's losing viewers when he's just like YouTube.
Oh, you saying he needs to get on that multi-streaming? Deegan Live, Rumble. Are you on Rumble?
I'm on Rumble.
Nice, Jake.
I follow all the channels. I'm on D-Live. And here's the thing. I get so respected to people when they say, "Oh, here's the there's people that are even posting clips of Jesse and saying, "Oh, bleep plaster." I'm not going to say what it says. It has the GAY word on it. Bleep pastor.
Yeah, well, don't worry so much about all that crap. Jake, sir.
Yeah.
Can I ask? No, what I was gonna say.
You can play it.
I will play it, man. I'm gonna play it here in a moment, man. Last thing you want to say before we move the wheels here?
I just want to say, keep the grease side to the pavement, drive safe, and by the way.
Oh! I didn't think he was gonna do it. I even said, I'm not gonna ham it up. But he actually got me there. Straight up. He got me with that. No lie.
Walking down the dusty road on a summer's day in a small town where everybody knows your name. But there's a stranger in disguise causing quite a stir. He's got a camera in his hand looking for a predator. Chris Hansen is his name. He's on a mission tonight to catch the bad guys, make everything right. He knocks on doors, he asks the questions deep, shining a light on secrets they'd rather keep. Stranger in the small
Hold up,
town,
caller.
truth on his side.
We're having a moment.
Shining a light on the darkness,
All right.
where secrets hide. Chris Hansen's on the case.
All right, we're going to pause that because we got Sean, I believe, on the line. Sir, thank you for your call, man.
Yo.
Hey.
What's going on?
We were just listening to some AI-generated Chris Hansen music. Scary how good it is, some are saying.
Yeah, so I hear. I hear the AI music is really doing the trick for some people.
Yeah. Big time.
Quick little topic for you.
Nice. Thank you.
I've been meaning to bring this up on the show, and I don't really know how to put it, but you know, let me get off speakerphone.
Oh, dude, come on.
I know, right? You know how people say, like, oh, I can't help myself. I can't help myself when I do this, and I can't help myself when I do that.
Mm-hmm.
Those, like, moments where you can't help, like, where you literally can't help yourself, it's almost like, remember in church when the bird flew into the window?
Yeah.
And, you know, in that moment, you see what's right. Like, you see what's right, you see what's wrong, and then you just do it. Like, have you ever experienced that? Like, not being able to help yourself?
Yeah, I think so. You're saying not being able to help yourself specifically to do the right things?
No, like not caring whether it's right or not. Like just seeing seeing what's about to happen, and then just realizing like, oh, this is what's about to happen. Like, I literally.
I
can't
think
help
so.
myself.
I get that a lot when there's like an animal or a bug or something that people want removed.
Yeah,
I get that a lot when people and it's something I think I would be, I don't know, maybe react to or have an internal something, but
right. Like
I see the crowd.
If choice.
I see the crowd and I see the inaction, and I'm like, all right, I got the spider.
Yeah, exactly. Like there is a choice there. There's like, okay, I'm either going to go A or I'm going to go B. And there's a moment where you're like, okay, obviously I'm going to do A. Like there's nothing that's going to stop me from doing A over B. You know, it's not even like you see that it's right. It's just like, okay, this is about to happen. Does that make sense?
I think so. But my mind is giving me like negative things. That's why I'm if you're sensing anything from me, it's because my mind's giving me negative things, you know what I mean? Like things
go ahead.
Yeah, just like I don't know, not helping, being unable to help doing something negative, but
yeah, well, like you know how in especially alcoholism, but like any addiction where people are I can curse on this stream, right?
Yeah, the sun's down.
Right. So on like especially with addictions where like, you know, people go without a week or whatever, and then they're just like, oh, fuck it, and then they just do it.
Mm-hmm.
You can use that same, you know, F it attitude to do good things too. It's like it's kind of like a belligerence almost, you know.
Huh.
Like,
interesting.
Like you know you're like you know it's bad. Let's just say it's alcohol. You know it's bad for you, and you say, all right, F it. I'm just going to do it anyway, even though I know it's going to be painful and it's going to hurt eventually.
Yeah.
You're just like, F it. I'm going to do it. But to not drink also hurts. So you could also just be like, oh, you know, F it. I'm not going to drink tonight. And it's
I kind of do. Impulse. Yeah, I feel like I've been there.
Yeah, it's like the same impulse. You know what I mean? Like the same impulse to say, oh, F it, you know, I'm just going to do this instead. Like coming at coming out here when I applied for the job,
Mhm.
and Jesse was like, yeah, like we'd love to have you as an employee or whatever. Like it wasn't like, oh, should I go? Should I not go?
Right.
It was just like, you see that it's going to happen, and then you already know, like it's a choice, but you already know that you're going to make that choice.
I know what you mean. What
You know?
about what I'm asking is on this whole like choice thing. Can you just describe what you mean?
Yeah, like I'll use the same example. If an opportunity presents itself, sometimes you say to yourself, should I do A? Should I do B? Sometimes it's kind of like a decision that you're making. You're weighing your options. But sometimes even without weighing your options, it just like clicks and you go, okay, I'm doing A over B. I don't know if it's right or wrong. That's not even like the question. It's just like, okay, I'm doing A, and I know that nothing's going to stop me from doing A.
Yeah, totally. I think I'm following you, man. That happens all the time if you're paying attention, I think.
Yeah, but is it like, I don't know. Is it bad? Is it good?
If
Don't
I
we
think
even know?
I'm not sure, but if I think I know what you're describing is like, it's like I was gonna give you an example. This might be kind of someone else's personal business, but basically that instead of making decisions and planning stuff, and people have heard this before, but making decisions and planning stuff, that decisions kind of make themselves clear. They kind of make themselves clear if because it's like what your life needs at that. What I'm saying, it's like when you're making decisions, for example, oh, I need to buy a car. Oh, I should I buy a car? Should I buy a car? Well, do you need one?
Right.
Well, do you need a car? Kind of stuff like that.
Yeah. And then
Has the need presented?
If the day comes and you're like, okay, I'm buying this car today, and like nothing's gonna stop me. I don't know. I'm still.
Yeah, but I feel like I've totally been. You keep saying that the whole nothing's gonna stop me thing, and I feel like I'm suddenly like clicked in, and I've been there before, man. But I can only think of negative things. I can't think of any time that's ever been good. Locked in. I just when you say that whole like nothing's gonna stop me, I'm like, yeah, I don't know if we're even on the same wavelength right now, but yeah, I've been locked in on stuff, and I don't know if it's ever been good. Ever.
But just seeing that, like literally seeing that you can't help yourself.
Yeah, definitely locked in, and it's just like, this is what's up. This is what's going down.
Right.
This is what's going down.
Right. This is about to happen.
But yo, I think I've been lying to myself.
About what?
When I say to myself, this is about to happen.
Right. It's not us saying that.
I think I've been like, and I'm saying that in this way that because I feel like I'm just kind of seeing that sometimes. That I've been tripping about the things that we talk about, thoughts. You know what I mean? Like, if you didn't sin, stuff like that. When for example, I would tell myself, well, here's a good one that everyone will relate to. I forgave, but why do I still have anger? Stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Where it's just like, why? Wait, hold up. Pump the brakes. We got to go meta on this one. Who even said that?
Right.
Who even said that?
Who even said that?
Yes.
That's deep.
I hope so.
Well, I wanted to do one more thing.
Yes, sir. Of course.
Just a minute. I want to read a poem.
Oh, nice.
Maybe you could. It's pretty short. Maybe you could pull it up so you can see the words.
Let me do that.
It's called "The Song of Wandering Angus." Angus is spelled
Aengus. Is that how you say that, sir? Is that Angus?
I'm pretty sure it's Angus.
We got the letters. We got the words. They're on the screen. The song, William Butler Yeats.
Oh yeah.
Look, folks, Sean is he has many wheelhouses. Okay, he has many wheelhouses. This is one of them. and I do appreciate him presenting this. Thank you, man.
Can the people see the words?
Yes, they can. I'm gonna move the
Oh, okay.
chat.
We love the people.
We love the people. We're gonna move the chat so they can read the words. Nice.
All right, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. I went out to the hazelwood because a fire was in my head, and cut and peeled a hazel wand and hooked a berry to a thread. And when white moths were on the wing and moth-like stars were flickering out, I dropped the berry in a stream and caught a little silver trout. When I had laid it on the floor, I went to blow the fire aflame, but something rustled on the floor and someone called me by my name. It had become a glimmering girl with apple blossom in her hair, who called me by my name and ran and faded through the brightening air. Though I am old with wandering through hollow lands and hilly lands, I will find out where she has gone and kiss her lips and take her hands and walk among long dappled grass and pluck till time and times are done the silver apples of the moon, the golden apples of the sun. Beta or alpha?
Beta.
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 This is one of those songs that what?
Go on.
They call it a song because poems are meant to be read. They're meant to be said.
Yeah.
They used to say like, "Oh, are you gonna say your poem tonight?" Because they're supposed to be memorized and they're supposed to like live with you, so that you can keep sort of turning them over throughout your life. And so they'd say, "Oh, are you gonna say your poem tonight?" Because you're not. Back in the day, people didn't like read them off of pieces of paper.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's part of the reason why they call it a song.
Oh.
And because it's got that old style sort of traditional rhymey flow to it.
Totally.
Dun, 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 dun. And for that time, it's pretty well done. But you think of the amount of poems that have these types of themes
of love.
You know what I mean? It became a glimmering girl. I followed her for the rest of my life.
Songs, bro. That is the oldest thing of all time.
Right.
It truly is.
And it started with poems, then it went to pop music, then it went to love songs. Even in country music, like the most masculine, quote unquote, like traditional masculine men in country music, the songs that they write about women are insane.
They truly are, man. They're like criminal.
They really are, right?
They're like the what's going on with country music is sappy, and then if it's like a patriotic song,
Right.
I was like all into that too. I was like not all into it, but I like that song. I was like, okay, cool. That bearded guy who got popular recently, and
Chris Stapleton.
So yeah. But some scrutiny to the lyrics. It was funny to hear people scrutinizing the lyrics, and I didn't notice how emotional everything was. Dang.
It's in some of the. I mean, none of the lyrics are how they used to be in country music. You know what I mean? Like the real original country music songs used to be somewhat alpha, but now they're just insane.
Because there's
one with him. Oh, go ahead.
No, please. There's one with him.
Oh yeah, it's insane. It's called "We Don't Fight Anymore."
Uh-huh.
He's featured on the song, but it's original. It's by Carly Pierce.
Oh.
I mean, I won't go through the lyrics to the song, but if you listen to it and you look at the lyrics, it's the worst, most.
Oh gosh, I know what you're doing. I know what song this is. Yeah.
You know what song that is?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Anyway, I just heard it in the car and it made me think of the poem.
But no, see, there's a right way of doing that though, and I don't want to be like, I don't know anything about this William Butler Yeats. And is this old? How old is this?
Yeah, like 1800s.
So you see, this is like a couple hundred years between me and this, and I feel like I'd be too judgmental to just kind of to just throw that on that. Because I bet you there was a right way of like, imagine if you, because you read this poem and then you think about men today. You're like, yo, beta. But imagine if it was like imagine if it was a man who the woman wasn't his world, but this is how you speak about women. This is how men spoke about their wives. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but it wasn't necessarily how they handled stuff at home. And you know, I read about Napoleon Bonaparte and some of these you know, tough guys and the letters they wrote to their wives. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's flowery
one
stuff.
of one of the founding fathers, I don't know if it was a Roosevelt or something, but
Yeah.
when his wife died, he wrote in his journal, and it was like one line, and it's like, "My light has gone out of my life," or something like that. But also, another thing about the poem is that it is incredibly well done. You know, as far as poems go, it's like to be that inventive with words. But also, as with any poetry, the images could mean anything. So he caught a little silver trout, and it became a glimmering girl. And you know,
That was really vivid.
Yeah, it could stand for anything. You know what I mean? Like, it could stand for anything in his life that he saw as like a young person, and then, you know, lost hold of or lost sight of, and like spent his whole life trying to get it back, and he doesn't even know what it is. But I guess now we know the B in WB stands for better.
Man, that's funny, man.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this, sir.
Yeah, that's all I got for you.
Right on, man. Thanks. Thank you for that. I enjoyed that.
Country music is beta, and we can't help ourselves.
I appreciate that, man. Call me again.
You heard it here first, folks. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Hey, that's cool. I appreciate that from Sean. Very nice. Yeah. Terry Strange in the chat. Y'all act like it's wrong for a man to be sweet to a woman. You don't understand, Terry. You don't know how bad it is. You don't know how bad it is. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad, not good. Being sweet. How are we going to get into this? First, we have to thank Court Green, who is definitely sitting in the Ballers Lounge with no delay. We know that was going on during the calls and all that, because our lovely flight attendants brought him over. He bought me some coffees, 5 of them to be exact. Court Green, buymeacoffee.com/anchor, baby. He says, I'm late, so here's my penalty fee. Where the Ballers Lounge at? Where the Ballers Lounge be at? He writes. We do appreciate that. You're in it, sir. And we have another caller. Your name, where are you calling from? Go ahead. Hey, caller, your name and where are you calling from? Oh, hold on. Now you're on the air.
Yeah, now here we go. It's Steve Strack from Jersey.
Steve Strack, how you doing, sir? Nice to hear from you.
I'm doing well, man. I wanted to comment on what Sean was saying about you know, you just have to. I forgot kind of paraphrasing what he said, but like you just gotta you see what to do, and sometimes you can't help yourself, but you know you gotta do it.
Go on.
So last weekend, there was big storms here in Jersey, and it blew the siding off of a piece of the top of one of the houses that I work on. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, yeah, this has definitely got to get replaced sooner or later. And the homeowner was like, listen, I'm going to call this person, do this. So I'm like kind of freaking out. And then I started freaking out because I'm like, I don't want to lose the job. I don't want to, like all these silly things of it's got to get done now. Not fear about like going on top of the roof, not fear about doing it, but I couldn't help overthink of what if I don't get this done? What if I lose the job? What if I do this? And then I just got to a point, instead of just sitting there, I said, just go up on the roof and just do it. See what happens when you get there. Like literally go up on the roof, just see what the job, see how bad it is, go and do it, and then figure it out from there. But I understand where he's saying, like, sometimes you can't get out of that moment. You're just stuck, but you just got to go do it. You know what I mean?
I'm following what you're saying, yeah. That may have been what Sean meant. I understand. In fact, I totally relate to what you're saying. I don't want to cut you off if you're trying to say something here.
No, that's pretty much
because it's like I kind of like being fed up, like being fed up with being scared kind of thing. I kind of related to that, and it's not necessarily always like fear, like how people think, but just like, for example, people don't call this fear, but it is. Like procrastination and stress. I'll get to it. Oh my gosh. And just thinking about something it makes you do that internally. Oh, that's fear. And I don't know if this is the same thing or if this is good or if this is what you're talking about, but I found myself sometimes kind of fed up with that. I'm like, what the heck is this? Let me just drop that. And it's that easy.
No,
you could just drop it. But I don't know exactly why I couldn't before. But it is that it seems to be that easy. What do you think? Or what are you thinking about?
It is that easy. It's just you got to recognize it because it's easy to say, it's easy to do, but if you don't recognize like, hey, this is what I have to do, then it's just you're kind of just spinning the wheels and doing nothing. And so like what you said about procrastination, I was asking people about it. I was like, what am I actually experiencing in this? Because I said it's not the fear of being high up on the roof and doing that. That's not the issue. But to me, it's like the fear of the procrastination was I don't want to get wrapped up into something, cause more problems, and then lose something or do something and mess something up. And it's tied to something that I'm just not aware of. And that's why I understand what Sean was saying is, until you're fully aware of it, like you're still stuck in it, but you just know you do have that choice that you can just be fed up with and be like, I've had enough, and just do it and see what happens. Like what's the worst? What's the worst that happens? You know what I mean?
I think I know a little bit what you're saying because I feel like it's something that I've been what's the word? Just not understanding about myself. Where I'm like, well, I'll just keep praying and then I'll just really, really be aware, right? Like 100%, and then it'll just come one day. I guess what I'm trying to say is that itself that could be another thought that keeps you from stuff. Anyways, look, I find myself wondering if because there was I'll relate it to something that happened recently at church, I think, and or it was a caller, and Jesse, because you've heard it before. It's not you, but this caller, I believe he was from India. He's like, and you may have heard this rigmarole before. Oh, Jesse, I forgave, but I still have fear. Jesse, I forgave, but I still have anger. I'm overreacting to life. And you may have heard this rigmarole with other callers before. And this one, he's describing how he said, I was aware, Jesse. I was talking to my family member and this anger started coming up and I could see it, but I couldn't stop myself. I could totally see it. I was seeing myself totally getting mad. And then I started cussing her out. And I could see myself cussing her out, but I just went with it. I couldn't stop. I just wanted to cuss her out. And Jesse said to him, when you saw yourself cussing out, why didn't you just stop then? Like, just stop. And it kind of floored him a bit. He said, he kind of concluded, well, I guess I want to or something, but it sounded intellectual. But isn't that interesting? In that you hear it all the time. It's maybe another commentary on intellectualism too. You've heard it before. Oh, it's not you, but yet, there seems to be, it's a paradox, not a contradiction. There seems to be a space in a moment of awareness where you can maybe just drop it. And this, there has to be some understanding here because some people haven't crossed certain lines in their lives. And when you cross certain lines in your life, it's harder to cross back. You know what I'm saying?
I really do understand what you're saying, because that's where like the whole overcoming, which is the sanctification process, to separate it out and think this is where you have to focus more one day or focus more the other day. It's like, just you can have the ability to, like you just said, you go into a situation, you see it's not you, but instead of trying to intellectualize your way out of it, just stop doing it, walk away. Like what's and I've gotten caught in this thought many times before of, oh, don't flee, just face it. But yet that's like procrastinating. Like being stuck in the thought and thinking that, oh, I can't just do this right now and just stop doing it. That, to me, like that is the fear. It's the fear of thinking, well, what happens if I do just stop this? Like, is life going to change? And I think it really is. It's a fear of letting go, of not really wanting to say, you know what? I can just let this go right here, right now. Let me just stop doing it. But I know for me, the times that I don't want to stop it, I just enjoy the craziness of it. And I'm being honest about it. You know, it's just I'm not ready to let go of the fight and the battle because of some reason. Again, I just don't know.
Thank you for
make
that.
sense?
I think it does. I'm trying to relate it to my life, but I hear you, man. I hear you. I'm trying to just not come up with something, but relate it to my life in a way that I could speak about.
Well, the last thing I was going to actually ask was, because you bring up procrastination, is, you know, you were saying about praying your way out of things and just kind of waiting. Do you think sometimes you can use the silent prayer or praying in general as a procrastination from doing what needs to be done? Like, in a way, it's escaping from the moment, and you think you're doing what might be the right thing to face it, when instead of sitting back and trying to be still, it's like you need to just go, you know, head first into the moment, like Sean was saying, and just see it in the moment.
You know what I got to say, man? I don't know. Sincerely. No clue, man. It's just like, I just no clue. I got to say, we just got to keep watching, man. Let's just keep watching ourselves. Because the only thing I can really know is that these things, these decisions we got to make, these things we got to stop doing or whatever, these cycles that we're in, they drop once we see clearly. And so I think that's the only thing we can really say about our lives. And if we're going to be talking about it on a public way, people might be hearing us like, what should I do with my life? Just watch. And just to be clear on that, it's just don't make decisions, you know, because you're thinking to yourself, I got to go head first, like you're saying, right? I got to stop making it. I'm using the prayer as a crutch. And now I just got to go head first and rip the Band-Aid off. Let's use another euphemism that maybe confuses us more. I got to rip the Band-Aid off in life. And it's like, what does that mean? What you end up going with that thought, that conclusion. And usually in people's lives, that looks like this. It looks like quitting a job, breaking up with somebody. It's usually a thing that you do. And it's usually what? Motivated by what? A thought. Just don't. And here's the problem with that, just to be clear. The problem with that is that you actually didn't get out of the cycle. You break up with the girl. You quit the job. You move to the different place. You're just going to do it again. So just watch. Just watch so that you could be free. Watch so you can see why it is the things you do. And the answer to that, and this is speculation maybe, but it has to be clear. Don't you think, Steve? The answer to that has to be clear. It won't be unclear, and it won't be confusing, and it'll just be clear to you.
I agree. I understand what you're saying, and I agree. I just think sometimes, like, I'm just speaking on me. Like, I'm not trying to.
Yeah, you may have seen something about this. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't know what to say. I just don't know. You may have seen this.
But
I'm cutting you off, sir. Please. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
From my perspective, it's been, and this is not me trying to defend it or justify it. I've seen what I've been doing. You know, there's times where instead of just getting up and going and doing what needs to get done, I'll use the crutch of let me just sit here and observe and kind of just pay more attention to myself. And I realize I'm kind of in a way numbing myself out to just feeling it. And I think that's where at least for me, myself, not speaking on, you know, I'm saying the silent prayer is bad, but what I'm doing, because I've heard callers on Jesse's show say numerous times, like, I just stopped doing it because, you know, of X, Y, and Z thing. And so for me, it's, you have to really kind of, you know, for me, I'm not going to see it until I face it. And if I'm running away from it, thinking I'm facing it by just being still and not truly letting it come to the surface, which, again, you see it in the moment, to me, from my experience, that's like procrastinating. It's like, all right, why don't I want to face this?
Can you give me an example of what you mean? If it's not too personal?
So the same exact story I was just talking about going on the roof the other week.
I understand.
I legit was, like I said, it had to be a timely decision. We had storms were coming in. There was kind of like a calm period in between the next one coming. The wind was just getting bad. So like I said, there's a lot of moving pieces with it. A day before, I could have done the same exact thing I ended up doing ultimately. Like, I could have just went up there, saw what needed to get done, did it, and realized it wasn't that big of a job anyway. It was a very temporary fix, and move on with it. But what I ended up doing was procrastinating because what if this turns into a bigger job? Let me just pray on it. Let me be still and doing that. But I honestly, all I had to do was just get up there and just, like, be present in the moment. God will show you what to do. Like I said, it was a temporary fix. Nothing major had to happen, but I kept pushing it off and pushing it off and pushing it off. And there was just like something inside of me that gave me this bump that was just like, hey, cut it out. Go up there and do it. You know what I mean? And like the procrastination.
You could see yourself procrastinating. You could see that it was not a real fear that was keeping you back.
Right. It was the worry of what if I turn this into, because I hadn't done something like this. Like it was what would happen if I turned this into a bigger mess, like I said. And so I was kind of avoiding just getting into it.
Man, the mind, pernicious
sense, right?
stuff. Of course it does. Of course it does. And in fact, people will laugh at that. They'll laugh at language like that. Like, and it's funny, they'll come from Christians too. They'll hear you say something like, God will show you the way. It's like, dude, you're doing a roofing job. It's like, you don't understand. You're not even paying attention to yourself. Do you even know that procrastination is like a demon in your mind? Fear keeping you back from things that are in a rational way. They'll laugh at language like that. Like, what are you just going to pray? You're just going to pray until you're better? You don't know what prayer is then. It'll come from Christians. All right, Steve. Hey, I still got you there? I lost you. Oh, sorry about that.
No, I'm still there. I'm just listening. Yeah, that's all I wanted to share. I wanted to
hey, right on, sir. Hey, Steve, man, call me again.
Hey, thanks, man.
Always. Nice. 760-515-3855. Appreciate that. Hold on one sec.
You suckers, I'ma pull up to the block and show them how a nigga really gotta deal with it. Every time I pull up to the city, shorty wanna get litty. Let me make a phone call, let me deal with it. If you being silly, I'ma see you when I see you, little nigga. Get no fuckers, I can promise I can deal with it. Is it, is it not, little bitch? What you got, don't flop. Let me show you all the ways you can kill with it. I don't sign deals, I decline deals.
We got ballers we must allow into the Ballers Lounge. Inculcated into the Hall of Ballers. We do appreciate it. It's deep. Your support is crazy. That's so generous. Lord Spike Protein with the back-to-back big boy, big baller super chats. You rock, sir. Thank you. Birdie Bound Brian, you can sit next to the big ballers. Amazing. Don't laugh. Grow up. Don't be immature. Ballers, baller alert. I'm so thankful. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Canadian David, my supporter over there on Rumble. You are obviously in the Ballers Lounge. There's no question about it. I'm sure you're hearing it. D Live, what's up, D Live? How you doing, folks? Thank you so much for the support. Amazing. All right, what are we gonna do next here? We're gonna do something here. Let me get situated here. We're flying beautifully. We got maybe, I don't know how much more flight we have, but I know it's not much. Our descent was probably a while ago, to be honest. And here's the thing, folks. I wish I could be here with you longer, but we got to land soon. You know, there's I want to be there. I want to be supporting something going on. I don't know if I'm allowed to say. Wait, I think I'm allowed to say, because this is live. Anybody still watch Fox News? If you watch Fox News, catch Trace Gallagher tonight, Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific time. If you catch Trace Gallagher on Fox tonight, you might see a little guest. You might see someone you like on Fox News. No, not the anchor baby, but you know. You might want to tune in. So I want to be there, and I want to get this descent going because I apologize. But you want to hit the notification bell. People are talking about Glizzy this, some mess that. And although I can't make any promises, the forecast for tomorrow is looking good. Code, the forecast for tomorrow is looking good. All right, folks, just hold on 1 second as I get this descent going.
might ask why I would be.
All right, folks. Currently flying over Lake Michigan. Once we get over the lake, Chicago's on the other side. Chicago O'Hare International. Flying over Lake Michigan now. Coming in for that landing. Coming in for that descent. Should be catching the localizer here in a couple minutes. As the flight attendants get the cabin prepared for landing, make sure you bring up all your food trays, all the trays in front of you, put it in the upright position. If you could put all your devices in airplane mode. Laptops put away. You can have your phone. But yeah, flight attendants will be taking up the garbage and all that and preparing y'all for landing. So appreciate that. And I appreciate the patience. Lord Spike Protein, back to back, man. Thank you so much for the generosity. I do appreciate it. Man, Lord Spike Protein, are you going to be available tomorrow? Says, you are amazing with another super chat. Keeping it going strong. I do appreciate that, man. Where are we flying to next? All up to you. A little more patience. I'm just getting everything prepared. I'll let you see behind the scenes as I prepare the cockpit. We also have to get in touch with ATC in a moment here, and we've done a lot of no-nos. We'll see how they handle that. Coming in to Chicago O'Hare, Birdie Bound Brian with a first class super chat. Thank you so much for supporting the show. You know you're in first class, enjoying your drinkies and snackies. Again, appreciate the patience.
This is SEMrush, the digital marketing platform that
Yeah, nigga. USA shit, United States shit. We already dissed y'all bitch ass niggas once. Y'all fuck niggas didn't respond. I bet. We gon' diss them niggas again.
We're going to do it one more time as we land. One more time for them.
You heard Trump. $1 trillion. Heavy artillery, nigga. Ready to use that shit. Ain't no miles on our shit, nigga. IRANDONTWANT. No motherfucking smoke. Iran don't want no smoke. Iran don't want no smoke. Japan don't want no smoke. Yo leader just got smoked. We made that nigga a joke. Yo whole country is broke. Third world little bitch. United States we rich.
Obviously we see the runway.
We 50 strapped up states. Y'all broke ass ain't 8. Y'all water always brown. That shit can't be drank. We pulling up in tanks. Y'all population.
It's topical. It's thematic.
Scared of Russia, stupid motherfucker. What? Tell them niggas keep on talking shit. Let go. The USA gon' touch them. USA gon' rush them. Fuck. The USA gon' crush them. USA gon' flush them. Fuck. Korea think they tough and we gon' see who tougher. We gon' have to nuke you and y'all gon' die for nothing. Boom. 100,000 troopers busting at the public. Fuck it. Iran ain't got no money. USA be out here hustling.
Rap music coming from the cabin is what you want to hear.
Fuck it. Boom. Talk to the ladies, y'all. Yeah, man. Tell all the ladies in Iran you to go and come to the USA.
We got this. We got this.
You gotta wear that mask, get your nails done. You know what I'm saying? Show some ass. Stop playing. United States. Donald Trump gon' press that button like it's nothing.
Like it's nothing.
We gon' send them nukes and y'all gon' get destructed. Fuck it. We ain't bluffing. We gon' get the bus mid discussion. Fuck Korea.
We're flying off the slope here, aren't we? Oh no, we're off the glide slope.
Every nigga dusted. Iran is full of sand and every
No. No, they're not. America, no, they're not. America may have them hoes, but don't say that, sir. All right, here we go. Okay, something's wrong. Something's wrong. Don't descend so fast. Okay, folks, we gotta focus now. Let's do this. It's real end time. Oh crap. We're doing this fully manual. Something went wrong, but we're going to go manual. We're going to get this plane down there. What a landing, folks. You see that? No bounce on my ish. Folks. Folks, your local time is 8:46 p.m. I got to turn this down. Folks, your local time is 8:46 p.m. We done did it, folks. We done did it again. We landed that plane so safely, so beautifully. United Airlines is going to give us a raise. I'm truly impressed. No bounce on our stuff. Not this one. No go-arounds here. Smooth stuff. Folks, before you start messing around with the overhead compartments, be careful as the contents of said compartments may have shifted during our flight. And on your way out, make sure you thank the lovely flight attendants with all the information that they'll have for you and all the attending that they have done throughout this flight. Make sure you thank them on your way out. And we are so thankful, as always, since you have so many options to fly. But we appreciate your continued patronage. All right, y'all, that's the show. Birdie Bound Brian coming in strong with the last super chat there. Best airline on this side of heaven. I thank you so much for those super chats and the support from everybody. Like I said, tune in maybe tomorrow. Hit that notification bell. The forecast is good. No promises, but we'll be in touch. I'll see you all on the other side. Definitely Sunday. And we'll be back Monday for more American Anchor, baby. Take care, y'all. Peace.